everybody, it's Alan. Let's talk about something crazy that's happening. And again, we're going to go over should you be buying a home or a rental property now or waiting. JP Morgan aims to acquire $1 billion in single family rentals. They're literally trying to switch the entire United States of America to go from buying homes to just renting forever and really never owning your own property. This is unbelievable and truly disgusting. And I'm almost not surprised the government is letting this happen because there's so much corruption. But look, they're teaming up with Haven Realty Capital to exploit a lull in the home building. Oh my goodness. JP Morgan Chase Bank is taking another look at single family rentals, partnering with Haven Realty Capital on a joint venture. The partners plan to acquire and develop $1 billion worth of build-to-rent communities across the entire country. They're set to deploy $450 million in equity for the venture. JP Morgan is advising institutional investors on it. So I'm guessing that they're pretty much going to, I would say in the next 30, 60, or 90 days, start pulling this money and purchasing these properties, which means over the next 3 months, 4 months, you're probably going to get close to those market bottoms. So you really want to save up as much money as possible. Start investing into stocks, into just honestly putting some cash aside as well. Because when these opportunities come, all you really need is about $5,000 or $10,000 to purchase your first rental property. That's it. And we can go where to buy it. You don't have to worry about getting it in the state you live in. You don't have to worry about if it's 1,000 or 2,000 miles away from you. Most of my properties are thousands of miles away from me. I never even look at them when I buy them. And I'll go over all of that in a little bit with you guys, but you really want to get in this opportunity because if we slowly start switching to this, you may never get that opportunity to buy your first home. Now, targeting home builders in the Sun Belt, okay, the partners will look at communities of 50 to 200 homes spanning 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. Seed investments include 3 communities in Atlanta representing about 250 homes. The partners expect to close on them in the next 3 months. Again, so I do think we're getting close to a bottom in the next 90 days, and that's why they're doing this. So again, get at least $5,000 or $10,000 ready, and I will let you know where to buy. And even if you're not interested in buying and you want to help me find these properties, I pay $5,000 commission for every place you help me find, especially in the Indiana area. And you don't even have to live there. Get on a laptop. If you find me a good 1, 2, 3 unit, maybe even more place over there in basically the suburbs of Indianapolis, you'll get $5,000. And, you're helping me and I'm helping you. And it's a great partnership. I already had 2 people that I paid out over the last 12 months. And now that I'm, kind of going live over YouTube with this, I think I'm going to probably be able to get maybe even 3, 4, 5 per month. And that would be great. And there's, about 20 of us that are interested in purchasing these homes across me, and you will get $5,000 for any of those buys. Again, the partners see an opportunity to exploit the lull in the home building, according to Haven founder Sudha Reddy. The for sale housing market has been significantly hampered by recession fears, inflation, and rising interest rates, placing a burden on home builders and their ability to add the housing stock, Reddy said in a press release. So again, these massive, massive fears are going to lead to a decline by probably 30 to 40% in some of these properties. At that point, the interest rates won't really matter. I'm going to explain that to you right now. If you buy a heavily discounted home, either in 6 months or 12 months or 18 months or whatever, in 2 years, you can refinance that home and get a better interest rate. As long as you get it for a cheap price. But if you get it for an expensive price, you can never change that. What you paid is what you paid. But the interest rate can change a lot. And I'll give you an example. If you buy a $500,000 home at 2.5% interest rate, you're going to pay like a little over $2,000 for it. If you're paying 7-8% interest rate, you're going to not pay $2,000. You're going to pay about $6,300 per month for that same property. That much of a difference in a monthly payment. So the key is to just buy cheap, because you can always refinance. You can pull out cash equity out of it. There's a lot of ways to make a ton of money. In fact, my first rental property, when it went up by about 100 grand, literally, I should have actually pulled out earlier, but I took out a bunch of money. I took out like 50 grand cash equity out of it, and I bought a second rental. And then I took out money out of that first and second about 6 months later, pulled money out of those two, and I bought my third. And then I was on my way. And I eventually got to the point where, I had to have my brother take care of some of them, my parents, and other family members, because, if you're buying multiple properties, you want to split it among family members or even friends you can trust. And, that's just the way to do it, honestly. And really, you could easily take care of like 20 properties by yourself. Once you get above that, you probably should get some help. Now, investors are trying to meet demand for single family homes from people. And again, once you start with your first rental property and it starts making you money, you'll never stop. It will be like a true addiction. You will buy your second, your third, your fourth, and it's just going to keep going on and on and on. The hardest part is getting the very first one, and you need like $5,000 or $10,000. And I don't know why people are so afraid of I don't know, either going bankrupt or losing it or not being able to pay the mortgage on it or something. Just really, it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue. If you bought it in a good neighborhood, and it's very easy to figure out what's a good neighborhood, you're never going to have issues. Now, investors are trying to meet the demand for single-family homes from people not ready to buy because of recession fears, mortgage rates, and home prices having risen. Invitation Homes is reported looking for a partner on $1 billion venture. And this is going to cause a cascade. I see other banks doing this, and it's going to get ridiculous. That's why when we reach these bottom prices, if you have a little bit of cash and you can at least start with one rental property, I'd really, really recommend you do it. And obviously, we're going to stay out of the entire Florida area and anywhere these big banks are going to do it. That's not where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you live in Florida or Texas or anywhere or South Carolina. That's not where you want to buy your rental units at all, because the amount of money you can make, like buying, around Indiana, is like double to triple. So, it's all about the money, and you don't you even have to go over there. You get somebody, get a little manager to take care of your property. You pay me a couple $100 a month, and you're golden. So we'll talk about that as well in an upcoming video. I just want to let you know what's happening. This is getting crazy. The shift in America where these big companies really, really want to make sure that you just rent forever is truly disgusting. And nobody can stop you. You should take advantage of this opportunity right now when these prices collapse. And if you need help looking for a property, finding one, you can always contact me, realestatewithalan@gmail.com. Make sure there's a link in my description down there for Patreon. Once you subscribe to that second tier and you send me a property as soon as I buy it, and you will absolutely instantly get that $5,000 commission. And I want to build a trust in a relationship. So if you find me one or two properties, you'll be definitely a trusted source, and I will, lean back on you and, trust you to go into, bigger and bigger deals. Again, thank you for watching, and take care.